For our opening review, I'm going to turn to our guest, Brian, and let him get the first word in.
I wish you didn't. I was hoping to do some pinball work. I enjoyed the movie. It was it was a fun movie. I wouldn't say it was a great movie, but I liked some of the ideas that it used. The hats as superpowers, basically. People who are wearing hats have powers, and they can go through doors.
Why not? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess going through doors to go wherever in a city is a bit of a lame superpower, but it's a superpower in itself. But, it's... I'm going to pass it on to someone else now.
But overall, you don't seem that excited.
Yeah. It was... I'd give it about a 5 out of 10 if I had to give it
So all of this thematic stuff about predestination, free will, and the idea that you want to
the hats are way more important.
Yeah, the hats are way more important to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super hats. Come on.
I mean, super hats, yeah.
All that thematic stuff fell kind of flat for me.
Really?
Honestly. Yeah. I don't know. Watching this film, the biggest problem I had was that I liked Matt Damon and Emily Blunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that their chemistry is amazing. And I felt like
Yeah.
this was a movie where the actors were trying to make it better than it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most of this movie's fault is George Nolfi's fault. Because I think that the directing was really uneven.
He's going to come looking for you.
Fine. I thought that the writing was pretty weak. And the main thing is the Adjustment Bureau guys, he couldn't decide how to show them. Sometimes they were comical. Sometimes they were scary, but never really all that scary. The final chase scene at the end where he's running for her, the music over it was atrocious, and
you never
there was
really
no tension.
You never got the sense that they were in danger.
Yeah, because these guys are making mistakes left
They're
and
going
right,
to
and
be
they can't control.
though.
Yeah, but these are people who fall asleep on a park bench. Yeah. Or loot truck
Like you
and
haven't
lose their
fallen
hat.
asleep on our
I mean, but these are supposed to be really scary. These are people. If there's no fear, these people are pretty weak. They can't catch him because he's running through the rain.
Yeah, that was never really explained why water had anything to do with it. I agree that direction...
Actually, that's a biblical thing, but anyways.
I agree that the direction was weak. He didn't really have his own style, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I've thought he was a weak writer. I mean, he wrote Timeline. He wrote the screenplay for Timeline, which is one of the worst adaptations ever put to film. Ever.
Ever.
Huh. He wrote the weakest of the Oceans trilogy. He wrote arguably the weakest of the Bourne trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's really good at weak stuff. He's like a marshmallow writer.
I mean, overall, I like overall, I like the movie, but the predestination of free will thing was pretty much the focus of the movie, and I just didn't think they went deep enough with it, and the end kind of fell flat for me a little bit. It was underwhelming at the end.
Yeah, there's these complicated themes, and they don't.
I actually enjoyed this movie quite a bit.
Okay.
I mean,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say the predestination of free will thing is one of the most contentious debates amongst Christians.
Yeah.
And I've actually been in some conversations that were more interesting about that theme than this movie was. You know what I mean? So I think they could have done more with it. It's kind of like theology light.
Yeah.
I took a course on Milton, and that was the running theme through the entire course is, free will versus predestination. And I actually thought the movie did a decent, it wasn't a great movie. There's a reason they released it at the beginning of March. It's definitely not a great movie. But I didn't really expect anything, I didn't expect anything revolutionary. I was just expecting basically what I got, which was a movie that explored some interesting themes and wasn't just a, explosion a minute kind of thriller. I really enjoyed the fact that there was almost no special effects other than the doors. I mean, they made a science fiction film, essentially, with no special effects.
Right, in lieu of our flick chart segment this week, we have something a little special. Special. We had an Oscar bet that whoever got the least amount of predictions right.
It's so hard to say.
I know.
I just say whoever lost.
Whoever lost.
Tell them the rules. Yeah.
The punishment was they had to go see the Justin Bieber movie by himself. And the loser was Steve.
Yes.
Or the winner. His forthcoming. He's going to give us his review of Justin Bieber Never Say Never 3D.
Yeah, 3D. Actually, I feel a little conflicted. I need to see a 3D movie quickly because this is the best 3D movie I've seen. That's only because it's the only 3D movie I've seen without glasses under the glasses. So, like I said, I really need to see another 3D movie.
Yeah, the 3D was just popping in this.
Yeah, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This is so bad. I was sitting there and it was like, there came a point when I was like, okay, it's got to be over soon, and it started at 10 o'clock, and it was an hour and 45 minutes. It's got to be done soon. I looked at the time, and it was 10:30. I was like, oh my god, you've already gone through the first 16 years of his life. What's left? I mean, seriously.
So they covered the whole bio in the first half hour.
Yeah. In the next hour and 15 minutes were YouTube videos and him being spoiled by the people surrounding him, and it just made me feel sorry for him because he has a bunch of people around him that will not let him be a kid.
It's taking a serious turn.
I know. They will not let him be a kid, but at the same time, they're catering to his every whim. So there was so much subtext that wasn't intended. This kid's going to be really screwed up. Really screwed up. There's a point when he's sitting there and he's talking about missing his family, and his voice coach manager, I'm not sure what the relationship is, but she's like, you're not allowed to do that. You gave that up. And it was real. I was like, oh my God, this poor kid who has a little sister that he's seen twice in his life. Jeez. And it's just awful.
Seriously? Twice in his life?
Twice. He saw her twice. He's seen her twice. Because they have him on the road almost every single day. So the only reason he has friends is they fly his friends out to visit him.
So some amount of time before he's going out in public wearing a napkin over his face and dangling his baby off a bed.
No, not it's that's coming. But even beyond that, it was excruciating. The whole experience. The manager of the theater thought it was hilarious to have his employees come check on me every 5 minutes. And
that is hilarious. Why is that not funny?
That wasn't hilarious. Are you okay, sir? No, I'm not okay. Yeah. And then I had one of my contacts popped out at one point because,
I believe that was self-generated.
And I was trying to go to the bathroom. He's like, "Sir, you need to get back in the theater." I was like, "I need to wash out my contact." It's like, "You have 5 minutes."
Did they pause it for you?
No, thank God. It was excruciating.
Why? Because you're
That's amazing. Well, because when we went in, the only reason he saw me with the camera and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, he lost a bet. And so that's why the guy made a big deal out of the fact.
And it was a Thursday night at 10 o'clock. There was nobody there.
So they were bored.
And they took it out on me. It was awesome. It was truly awful. And next year, I am going with the absolute safe bets and I'm going to watch one of you guys have to deal with something like this.